Okay, welcome back. Last time we finished off Sumaru Castle and we're basically teleported into the Monad Mandala. This is the final dungeon in the game, and it's going to be a bit of a pain for me to actually get all of it done, but hey, hopefully we will be okay. So, at a certain point in this dungeon, I will get basically a kind of hub area, and I can use that to teleport myself out. And hopefully that won't be too fine, because ideally I would quite like to be able to get back to Sumaru City. I say that mostly just because, realistically, I kind of need to. Also, I'm going to switch back to using everyone's ultimate personas, I think, because I'm probably better off doing so now that I've actually fought Gozen and he's gone. I pretty much have no reason to ever need to use, whatchamacallithem, the Ancestor Personas again. So they were a nice little novelty to have, but we no longer need to use them. And I forgot to turn off the animations again, so I guess we're seeing the animations for this turn. And yeah, I probably should have mentioned this ages ago, but yeah, I've pretty much played the entire game without the animations, mostly just because imagine playing the game, having to sit and watch all of the animations every single turn. This would take forever. And, you know, the first time one gets summoned, it's kinda cool. You know, seeing all the spells the first time is kinda nice. But also, yeah, having to see all of them for the entire game, I would probably get very tired of it very quickly. Hence why, you know, I just turned it off before I reached the end. Now then, if they're using if they're using fire, maybe they're weak to water. I switched to Hasta, I meant to go to Asteria. 10 out of 10, I'm doing well today. And honestly, sorry, that's the controller disconnecting again. Wouldn't be an episode of me playing Persona 2 if... Well, it wouldn't be an episode of me recording anything if the controller didn't DC at least once. But hey, we got through that fight, and also, yes, I am under-leveled. But I actually went back and looked. In my previous playthrough of this game, I was about 4 levels higher coming into this area. Who are you? What are you? Oh, those are cherubs. Hang on. Maybe using Hastur is actually the play. Tatsuya, you switch to that and hit them with Dark Verdict. I'm working on the logic of, if these are all angels, they should be weak to darkness. It's a solid line of thinking. So yeah, after a certain point in this dungeon, Holy Light. What does that do? I have a feeling it's Samarkand, but let's just double check. Holy Light. It is indeed Samarkand. Okay, cool. Samarkand is a spell that will revive someone at full HP, basically. Who are you? You are Saji. Okay, I remember you. I remember because I've played this game before, and I remember you reflect magic. I don't remember how to negotiate well with you, though. Apparently, I'm negotiating badly. I mean, what's new? Well, that works anyway. Anyway, what was I saying? Yes, after a certain point in this dungeon, okay, we've had a devil come out. At a certain point in this dungeon, we will find a way to teleport ourselves back to Sumaru City. This is both helpful and actually kind of important, because there are a couple of things that I still want and kind of need to do in the city. And also, yes, Katsuya did just crit, and Katsuya did just crit for 600 and healed like 350 or whatever. And yeah, he basically just healed half his health bar with a single regular attack. Yeah, I'm pretty content with not bothering to get the ultimate weapon for Katsuya, because he will probably just annihilate everything regardless. Like, straight up, I just don't think he needs it. Okay, so Maya can cast Absolute Zero on those. Baofu can cast Zandine on whatever I clicked on. And then I can cast Megidula with Hyperion, I suppose. Realistically, I should probably just go for a regular attack with Hyperion. Because, well, that works anyway. Yeah, I should probably just use the regular attacks with Hyperion, because realistically, he hits like a train. It's so hard. I mean, realistically, that's because Cassia's physical attack stat is almost maxed out, so, yeah, he hits extremely, extremely hard. And also, I probably should have paid more attention. I don't know how close Maya is to leveling up, but also at the same time, the position of that bar, you know, like, oh, I'm halfway through my SP bar, okay, cool, but also, I'm, like, did I just teleport myself backwards? Oh boy, one-way doors! My favorite! I hate one-way doors. Okay. This is gonna be a... I'm just gonna do regular attacks and hopefully... I mean, it works. Sorry, did they just recomdrad into... I see the gimmick. I see the gimmick and I don't like it. Fortunately, my party is strong enough to just wail on them, and that gives... There were boss fights that didn't give that much experience. Like, imagine a world where everyone else in my party had gotten wiped out and just one person survived there. They would have gotten so much experience from there. Anyway, Maya can just do a normal attack, and Dark Verdict kills them all. Good job, Tatsuya. Good job. Continue to use your, like, what, 5, 6, 7 or 8. 7 or 8 levels on everyone else. But yeah, as I've started to say like 7 times now, after a certain point in this dungeon, you gain access to basically going back to the city, which is important because there's a couple of things I still need to do there. However, this is where a slight inconvenience pops up. Because, if I recall correctly, because I still want to I wanted to do everything to finish off the bomb shelter as well. However, I'm relatively certain that you don't get access to the final room in the bomb shelter until... Wait, have I done this wrong? No, this should work now. There we go. I'm pretty sure you don't get access to the final room in the bomb shelter until, quite literally, right before the final boss fight. So you have to go through this entire dungeon, beat the bosses on the run up to Nyarlathotep, and then you unlock the final door to go through and into the final area for that. So I don't know how I'm going to approach that. And even more importantly than that, we have another, well, major story thing. Well, that's inconvenient timing. Well, inconvenient layout for moves, but you know what? Oh, wait. Well, you know what? It'll be fine. It'll be fine, because Maragidine just does that much damage anyway. Because Katsuya is... Okay, you know what, man? Fine. We'll play it that way. Also, Lala's poisoned now. Not ideal, but Maya levels up, which is kind of nice. Let's go... Vitality, Dexterity. Why not? Ow, accidentally just hit my desk. Okay, did I stock up on antidotes and stuff? Well, I have enough, is the answer. Did I stock up on them? No, not really, but I have more than enough, so it's fine. Okay, I've already gone through there, so I know I don't need to go here. Also, I should note, I'm relatively certain that you can actually go and fill out a map for whatchamacallem. I'm relatively sure you can fill out a map for that guy in this area, but I don't really see a whole lot of point in doing so. Mostly because, well, you know, this is the final dungeon in the game. So, I feel like doing that might be a little bit redundant, but hey, who knows? Maybe I'll go and do it anyway. Maybe I'll do it anyway, just okay, apparently I think Valkyries may be weak to magic. But yeah, so, what was I saying? Yes, I might do that just because, just to see what you get for it. This is where I need to be, so let's double back and see about anything else. Okay, this is a Dark Verdict fight if I've ever seen one. Baofu, you switch to Hastur, and cast Dark Verdict, and we just move your move up to here, and they're all dead. Or at least they should be. There we go. Anyway, so yeah, I have Air Raid Shelter to do, which unlocks pretty much right after the second boss fight in here before... Basically, there's 2 boss fights in here where you fight the shadows. You fight them 2 at a time, I guess. Very minor spoiler. Yeah, you fight them 2 at a time. You fight... I think it's Ulala and... I want to say it's Ulala and Katsuya together, and then Baofu and Maya together. I think. I think that's the pairings for it that you fight. And then after that, you can go and fight Nyarlathotep, but that's when the final door in the Air Raid Shelter would open. And I do want to get the stuff in the Air Raid Shelter, if I can do that. And we also have the PSP version exclusive Tatsuya additional scenario, which I do want to do. However, I will also say that that will be several episodes. Because, basically, that is split into 3. Pretty much, that is split into 3 bits. The first one's quite short, the second one's a bit longer, the third one is very long. Like, the third one is an entire dungeon, basically. Like, it is pretty much an entirely new, brand new dungeon. It's kind of modeled after this one. I guess, spoilers again. It's kind of modeled after this one, but it's different. What is this door? Did I run all the way over here to encounter a locked door? I have a feeling that I might have done so. They're weak to water and earth. Which tells me, can I cast Water Talons or Bane Splash? Water, wind, water. Do I have two water spells? I do not have... I do have 2 water spells. Okay, so we switch to Baal, and we switch to... we already have Asteria. So now I should be able to cast... No, I need Magarudyne. Right? Was that Magarudyne? Bane Splash? No, it's just a wind skill. So... Baofu has access to Hastur, so why can't I use it? Hold on. What? Oh, I need Malaquadyne. That's why. I don't have Malakwa on anything, do I? Well, that's an inconvenience. Okay, new plan. I'm just gonna cast Acid Rain and Aquadyne, and then we're going to Dark Verdict, and then you two can just attack, and now I've wasted my and everyone else's time. We should just annihilate these things, and Final Strike did a fair chunk of damage, as it does. So yeah, I don't know exactly how many episodes there's going to be left of this. I'm gonna say there's probably 10 or less. Okay. Oh yeah, right, these doors just have, like, a fight behind them. Oh, buddy, I have some bad news. Enemies, I have some very unfortunate news for you. Prometheus, are you gonna level up from us? Absolutely not. No, you are not. Okay. So now we just go, Hastur, Dark Verdict. Okay, cool, bye! Bye, enemies. So there is one of those doors where you need a specific persona, and it's very stupid. I know that it ties to the mythology of those characters. Okay, Tarukaja card. So I know it ties to the mythology of them. However, it's kind of just inconvenient from, you know, a gameplay perspective. Because it's like, hey, if you don't have this very specific persona, this enemy is completely invincible. Like, not just super resistant, it is completely invincible. Which, as you can tell, is a little bit on the annoying side. Also, Vasuki, wait, that's Vasuki in this game? It is weird seeing Vasuki looking like that. Because I'm very used to, like... Well, that's just annoying. Because I'm very used to seeing Vasuki as the kind of, like, more... How do I phrase it? Like, more of a kind of spindly-looking snake type of thing. Vasuki in mainline SMT and I guess also modern Persona looks a lot more like Ouroboros does than the way it looks in here. It doesn't look very much like Ouroboros, but of the things on screen, that's the closest point of comparison that I had. If I remember, which I really should, if I don't remember this, I'm going to feel very stupid because I'm recording this episode about 4 hours before it goes up. I will ramble on about why I am so far behind on recording and stuff in just a moment. You know what? Just for my own convenience. Yeah, I should if I remember, I will try to bring up an image of what Vasuki looks like in the series now, just for a point of comparison. Am I going the right way? Yes, I am. 10 out of 10. Made it. Suo, are you sure? Are you sure that you want to give up your dream as a dessert chef? That's patissier. That's right. So, sure? I've decided on my own. After law school, I'll become a police officer. Your grades, you can go anywhere. It's your father, isn't it? You have nothing to do with it. Excuse me. Regrets are at an extreme, aren't they? Nonsense. I don't regret anything. Lying is the start of evil. You really despise your father and your brother, huh? If not for them, you could have had it your way. You're probably tired of playing the good older brother. Your love to your family's just a role. That's not true. What's wrong, Suo? Stay sharp! Don't play innocent. You're in love with that woman, aren't you? You're just deceiving yourself in front of your brother. Fulfill your desires. Why protect such a brother any longer? Wait. Suo, get a hold of yourself. Maya, stop him! Okay, so... Now, with each of these, because there will be one for Katsuya, Maya, Ulala, and Baofu, depending on how you respond to these situations will determine the strength of the bosses. Basically, if you let them handle it themselves, the bosses are a bit weaker. If you let them give in to their anger, the bosses get stronger. So I'm going to make the bosses stronger to make the game harder for myself. So I'm going to tell Cassia to stop it. Huh? And then he just shoots at him. So you were spiteful. Are you alright, Tatia? I'm sorry. I've had times where I detested you and father, just like he said. But believe this, my love for you is definitely no act. Yeah, I believe you. I'm the one who should apologize. Okay, let's hear what everyone has to say about that. Now what you gonna do, Maya? Younger or older? It's a hard choice. Yeah, Ulala's very much aware that, like, yeah, both Suo brothers are kind of into Maya. A brother complex couldn't kill his own little brother. Damn it, just watching him embarrasses me. Well, he can protect Maya. Now I can rest easily. Maya, what he said, but to love or to have, stuff like that, can you not mind it? Okay, off we go. Off we go, let's not dwell on that any longer, Katsuya. Let's, keep moving forward. Is this where I need to be? Is this the teleport room? No, this is another, go through the door, fight the enemies room. Well, this is gonna be a very short fight. I say not having convenience. You know what? Let's not do that because they are, whatchamacallit, they are fire repellent. You know what? Triple down will probably just kill one, if I'm being honest. So yeah, I've ended up way behind on recording because, as I've stated multiple times over the last few episodes, I've been playing Resident Evil 7. And so as of this morning, I'm finally done with it. Okay, got Speed Magatama. I finished off all the DLCs, all the trophies. I'm now officially done with that game. I never need to play it again, unless I want to. So my closing, actually, oh, sorry, DLC, not the DLC. That's the controller going. So the door to the rest area has now opened. So we can now go through here, which will now allow us to go through to the door. Golden Honey ran out. So now we can go to the World of Judgment, the World of Instinct. Basically there's various, like, parts of the human psyche. It's like the world of each one. So yeah, I've basically been playing RE7 and I've finished it now, so I guess I'm going to quickly run through all the DLCs. Bedroom. It was alright. It was a quite fun, short, little, okay, I need to solve the puzzles, but it's like, solve the puzzles, put everything back so they don't know, and then quickly go and do all that. I thought that one was alright. Oh, I found a Velvet Room. Hi Igor, how are you doing? What do you have to say right now, actually? Make small talk. A hero is one who is brave. A hero is one who has courage. Will you become such a hero? Is there anything else? Yeah, I would quite like to get one new persona. Oh, also, I never showed him, but he has Yamaoka. Yamaoka is Nanjo's ultimate persona. He's Nanjo's butler. That's his ultimate persona. Okay, so I will probably come back and maybe get Fenrir, or maybe I get Yokuko Jote? Is that how you pronounce that? It does get Heartfelt Prayer. Okay, if I get to a high enough level, I'm just gonna get that. Because that would be super helpful. I also usually get Seth. Like, Seth is good. But actually, I'll get him now, I think. And also, teach him Tarukaja. And sure, I'll just use a strength card, make him a little bit more powerful. Because this way I can get my Tarukaja up, and also have Aqua spells, which I kinda need. So, Bedroom was alright. Nightmare, I think, was maybe my favourite one. It's basically just it's just like a little round-based survival mode, and like, it's nothing fancy, but it just works, and I enjoyed my time playing it. Which, honestly, is a lot more than I can say about some of the DLCs. 21 went on for what felt like an eternity. Like, doing all the achievements for it, it just dragged on and became extremely tedious and not fun to do. Wait, what? Where's Baal? No, Baal is still at the bottom of the list there. Fantastic. 21, it's exactly what it sounds like. You could play 21 for ages and ages and ages and ages and ages, and it's not great. It overstays its welcome by quite a long time. And then, just like this playthrough sometimes, because I feel like I probably should have played this game a bit faster. I feel like I could have played the game a bit faster. But hey, that's not really too much of an issue. 21, I feel like it overstays its welcome, but it's fine, I think. Also, I'm trying to find the way out, because this is where you can go back to Sumaru City. Is this thing what I think it is? What are you? You are what I think you are. Okay. Okay, so... Actually, I can triple down onto that thing. Now I switch to Apollo. Actually, I can use Seth and just kind of start leveling him up a bit. Which will hopefully be pretty okay. Then I can go for Fire Breath, why not? Ulala can cast Aquadyne on the Berserker. Katia can just attack, and Baofu can Agidyne onto. I think that was it. It's either weak to fire or repels it, and I don't remember which. What else was there? The Daughter's, like, mini campaign. I mean, it's fine, it's like 10 minutes long. It's extremely, extremely short. It's extremely short, so I can't really complain too much, but it's not amazing. And it's not short enough. Like, it's not long enough for me to have any real legitimate complaints, I guess. After that, there was Not a Hero. Not a Hero, it was fine. It was just a first-person shooter bit, basically. Alaya, there we go, we have found the way out. Well, jeez, we're here again? Can't he do something different? But if we come through here, we can always come back to the city. So don't you think we're kind of lucky in a way? This is his doing too, right? It bothers me because it seems like he's trying to show off his comfortability. Everything begins here and ends here. Is that what he wants to say? Okay, so, Not Hero, hey, on easy and normal mode, it was totally fine. Then playing on Professional was miserable. Playing on Professional proved to be miserable because the game goes, hey, so, about the concept of ammo, what if we just didn't for most of it? And I really didn't like playing it on Professional, but I got it done. Then there was End of Zoe, which, honestly, I quite liked End of Zoe. I think it was definitely just the novelty of being able to play as, whatchamacallit, Zoe and Lucas's uncle, whose entire deal is just like, what if I just punch them? Like, yeah, he just punches the molded, and it just works. Like, it just works. Simple as that, it just works. And that was fun. Gators continued to be a problem. If I had a tiny amount of money for each time the scariest thing in a Resident Evil game had been having to cross water with gators or crocodiles, I would have two, which isn't a lot, but I hate that it's happened twice. One was in RE7's DLC, one was in RE5. And that was fine. And then, after that, there was Ethan Must Die, which I don't like roguelikes. I feel like that's a very important thing to say. I have had quite a bit of fun with it, but it's definitely more of a trial and error, like, fail over and over and over again until you kind of learn, like, oh, there's traps here, 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 and here. But overall, I had an okay time with it. I still want to find out how to get another legend, right, or a Akashic ring. But now that I've finished rambling, could you tell that I was trying to just pad this episode out while I was finishing my ramble? Now that I've successfully managed to return to the city, actually, while I'm here, let's quickly investigate. So there should be door number 8. I'm looking for door number 8. Whatchamacallit, like 1 through 7 should already be open. However, door number 8 should still be locked, I believe. So I shouldn't be able to go into room 8 just yet. That's because, again, that should unlock right before I get to go and fight Nyarlathotep. But I just want to quickly investigate. Because, that's the controller disconnecting again, as I now just gonna walk into a wall. Stop walking into a wall, please. There we go. Okay. So, door number 8 should be right over here, I think. No, that's area 7. So where's area 8? This area 8? No, that's area 5. And there's a boulder blocking the way. Oh, area 8? Area 8 might be a... Area 8 might be like, hey, you need to go through area 7 to get to here type of a place. Because I think this is area 1. Yeah, that's area 1. I think 8 is actually a you need to go through 7 to get there type of place. Unless it's 10 out of 10 game. Thanks for not poisoning me twice. There's area 2. There's area 3. Is area 8 up here? Yeah, and the area 8 is also blocked by another boulder. So I'd have to go through area 7 to get there. But area 7 is now open. I can go through area 7 because it had... area 7, I believe, unlocks after you finish Sumaru Castle. So, in the next episode, I'm going a little bit off my original planned schedule, because I was hoping I'd be able to come and do this now. So, I guess in the next episode, we are going to be going back to the Monad Mandala. So, I guess in the next episode, we are going to be continuing through the Monad Mandala, and then probably trying to reach the end of there, and then we get to go on the detour adventure. Pretty much, I was hoping to be able to get the detours done before, like, the halfway point of the dungeon. But no, as it turns out, the thing that I want to do unlocks right at the end of the dungeon. So it's a little bit on the inconvenient side for me. But hey, we'll be okay. So let's go back through and back into the Monad Mandala. So, I'm going to save and end off today's episode here. I will be back on Friday as we continue to make our way through the Monad Mandala towards what should be the end of the game. Pretty much, I'm going to get to the end of this dungeon, then there'll be like, I don't know, 7 episodes probably where I'm going back and doing stuff, and then we'll fight the final boss. So I'm going to apologize in advance for how kind of disjointed it's going to be, but I'm going to end off today's episode here. As always, feel free to leave a comment or click any of the buttons down below if you feel so inclined, and I will hopefully see you all on Friday as we continue on towards the end of Persona 2 Eternal Punishment. Okay, thanks for watching. Later.